Okay, just to show how to fill your coffee basket. I've had a couple of questions from customers. This one is specifically for a customer. So just to say how to fill your basket so you don't overfill it and you don't underfill it, which is quite important also. First thing first, coffee. This, I've grinded this myself. I would say this is ideal for my coffee. For this product, it's not like flour. It's not so fine that it's really like flour. It's still a little bit coarse. So you want that, you need to be aware that sometimes when you buy espresso ground coffee, that it's not really espresso ground coffee. So you want to try that at least at first. If it's too fine, the water won't go through so easy. If it's too coarse, the water will go through too easy. That's kind of a rule. So yeah, just be aware of that you need to just try and get a decent grind size. So maybe that's your first problem. So just check that out anyway. Okay, but this grind size is okay for me. Okay, so when you're loading your coffee basket, use the provided cup and put it in there. Tap it a few times so it's just inside the basket properly. All right. Now, what I would say is if you filled that up to about this point, then just smooth it off with your finger or ruler or something that you've got. Don't press it down. But it's also important that you get rid of any excess coffee around the sides, because those will get into the machine and maybe block it in some way, or you don't want old grind in there. So just try and get rid of any excesses that you can. Right, now that is level. It's level with the top. That's where you want it. And when you tamp it, just tamp it gently. Just press it down so it's level. You don't have to push it down really hard. Turn it a little bit just to make sure there's no little spaces. But don't press it down too much. Just gentle but firm. Okay, so when you take it out, it should be like that. And it's got a little space at the top. You see? Now the reason why that's important is when you take your lid and you screw it on, okay, you've got this area, this ridge. Now that is about 4 millimeters thick. And when you put that in there, that's got to fit. And if it's too tight, when you screw it on, then that pushes your coffee down too much and it becomes too tight and the water won't pass through properly. And that's where you'll really have a problem. Okay, but just be aware of that. A lot of people don't understand that part and they have problems with the water going through. So when you tamp, just gently tamp it down a little bit. So it's about the same space as this. Okay. Now, what you need to do then is obviously put your basket into the body and then put your lid on. Now this part, if you put too much coffee in there and when you go to screw this on, it makes it too tight. Now tight, when you put it on, obviously just tight enough, just firm, but not over tight. That's another thing. Just do not over tighten it. And that's okay, that's fine. Right, now your hot water, boiling water. Fill your basket, fill your cup, your chamber, up to the line. There's an obvious line there, don't overfill that. Right. Put your body on and screw it in place. So there's no join there. Right. Right, and let me get a cup. Okay, now turn it over and release your valve. What I do is I use both hands. If you try to do this with one hand, you might not have good control and it might be more difficult to pump. but I pump it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Starting to get pressure. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Losing pressure now. That's 40 pumps and there's no more in there. There's a tiny bit. You can squeeze, you can feel. There's no resistance. That's okay. That's what you should expect. Okay, so we'll turn that off. Turn it back over for safety. And that's what you should be getting. It should be, you know, some crema on top. If it's fresh coffee, you'll get crema. If it's not fresh coffee, you won't get crema. But that's what you're expecting. And it should be like that. If you're having any other difficulties, I would suggest that you've overfilled it and you've maybe tamped it down too tightly when you've put the actual lid on, and it's pushed the coffee down too much and the water's not passing through. So please, you know, just be aware of these things when you're putting your coffee in your Nanopresso, to, you know, check for those things. So yeah, excellent. I'm going to drink this now and really enjoy it. So thanks for watching. Okay, thank you.